episode of Amantya Podcast Series. The topic of today's conversation is cultivating talent, upskilling, and employee engagement. As businesses evolve in the current fast paced world, they must invest in the growth and development of their workforce to stay competitive. More so in tech companies where new technologies are emerging as we speak. Today, we are focusing on two areas integral to employees' development and a company's success: upskilling and employee engagement. Joining us today is Amantya's AVP of Human Resources, Pallavi Mishra. Welcome, Pallavi. Pleasure to have you here with us today.
Hi, Rohina. Same here. Honored to be here with you again.
Yes, absolutely. Great. So, shall we get started?
Of course.
Begin with upskilling.
Sure.
So, in today's rapidly, evolving business landscape, what significance does upskilling hold, both for the employees and the companies?
Rohina, you know what? Upskilling is not a matter of choice for either the people or the employers. And to share the perspective, everybody wants to grow in their lives, right? And in the technical world, where the technology is evolving, like every second month you have something new to learn and to work upon. If the employees think that whatever they have been doing it for last so many years, they can continue to grow with that set of knowledge, it's impractical, right? So they have to think that what are the areas that they want to upskill themselves and uh, maintain that target to make sure that they are moving in their learning journey. Coming to the employer perspective, no employer or no organization can think of a long term success unless and until they are ready to move on this journey of upskilling their people. And why? Because if in case you want to stay in the market for a longer period of time, you have to have that technically upgraded tech people force, right? So you have to focus on upskilling your people, provide them with the platform strategies that can help them understand the importance, and then of course subsequently help them to move on that learning journey and achieve their targets. If you do not have a talented, technically upgraded workforce, eventually the workforce will be an obsolete one, and then it comes to the fear of extinction, which I don't think so anybody else of us would be looking forward to. So that's how it is.
Absolutely. Now, speaking about another integral area, that is employee engagement. So, how can organizations create a culture of engagement within their workforce?
Uh, this is something which has evolved tremendously, Rohina, and gone are the days when, as an HR, extracurricular activities were charted out to keep the employees engaged. Now, what people are looking forward from their employers is a more tangible and more impactful, touch points. Right? And I believe that upskilling itself plays a very, very important role in keeping your employees engaged with you. Why? Because through upskilling, you're giving them an entire package of uh, growing within the organization, right? You understand their needs, you help them chalk out a plan, you help them walk that plan, help them course corrections. Here they rant out also, right? At times there are things that they want to share, be their agony aunts when it is required, push them when they need that push, but eventually help them succeed through this upskilling, move ahead in their career, get that progress, that role, that status in the corporate culture that they're looking forward to. And trust me, the bonus part that we get is in the employee engagement, right? I'm working on upskilling, but I get employee engagement as my additional advantage. That's how I look at it.
That's very, very interesting. My next question was going to be how does upskilling tie into employee engagement? But you've given us a good precursor into it already. Coming specifically to Amantya now, how does Amantya approach upskilling? Any unique programs or strategies in place?
Yes, of course. See, we believe both in upskilling and reskilling. Okay, upskilling means that you move in the technical upgradation in the same time, and reskilling means that you take a pause, you unlearn certain things, you diversify, and then you reskill yourself.
Mhm.
Now, both of them are very important. Why? Because the roles, the responsibilities, the kind of job requirements that we are right now seeing have evolved a long, long way, right? No matter, say, a business analyst role remains a hardcore business analyst role, right? We're looking forward to people who can actually project manage and business analyze the situations, right? So, Amantya strongly believes that as a responsible employer, we not only provide the platforms to our people, but help them chalk out a journey which is in line with their career aspirations. Talking about the policies, we do have very strict policy, L&D policy that we have in place, and we follow that, like, to the last core of it, that requires to be done from the HR team. We do that. Coming to the financial help, right? So there are certifications, there are courses which tend to be a little heavy on the pocket of our people. We provide that support to them. We tell them, go ahead, we're there to back you up, right? And trust me, that is such a beautiful bonding that it creates, right? Where people have that confidence that I want to grow myself, and I know that my employer is standing right next to me, providing me all kinds of support that I require.
That's really nice. What about engagement initiatives? Do we have what do you do to keep the employees engaged and motivated? Any unique strategies there?
So gone are the days, like I said, where we expected HR to have some fun Fridays or have some cultural events. That part is fun part of the corporate life at Amantya, and trust me, we work hard and we party harder over here. Okay, that's actually a fact of life over here. Um, where I see the real engagement with my people coming is when I'm as an HR able to, when we as an HR are able to create the impact on their lives, right? And upskilling, understanding their needs, right? So it starts at a very grassroots level. I personally prefer to talk to my people on a very frequent note, but on informal note.
Okay.
That's because I get to hear the right pulse, the real pulse of my people, and build the rapport, build the trust that I require to have with my people, so that they can share any and every feedback with me, any ideas that come to them, any constructive or good feedback they want to share, and imbibe that feedback, put that feedback back into the plan of action. Just hearing somebody out doesn't really mean the whole thing, right? If somebody is telling me something, I make sure that the next step, the action plan that is there, is also shared back with the people, right? So engagement generally is a byproduct for me for various HR initiatives that we run, and trust me, when they see that they are being heard, the voice is being actioned upon by their HR and being informed back to them, they stick around. They stick around with confidence, they stick around with a lot of faith, saying that I am being heard and I'm being taken care of. So that's how we see employee engagement in the changed or evolved form of it, Rohina, here at Amantya.
So, like with every great endeavor, there are bound to be some challenges, which have to be overcome. How do you address challenges like resistance to change or employee burnout, when implementing upskilling initiatives?
Okay. So I'll split this question in two parts. I'll
Okay.
first deal with change management, and then I'll go to the employee burnout. Rohina, change is a very, very sensitive topic, and I think it has been this way forever. But with my humble knowledge, what I feel is that it is always resisted because there is the change that is imposed on our people. Any change that we want to bring about, I feel that if we bring it grounds up, it has its own impact on people, right? If I keep my people informed about that, this is what I'm thinking, this is how I wish to make a change on a certain topic, and it could be anything. It could be the way we assess the performance, it could be the way we collect the training needs, it could be just a simple attendance management system, it could be any small big thing. But if I keep my people informed, I tell them that, look, this is what I am thinking, right, to get better at it. What is your idea about it, right? Now, people will not be taken by surprise that, oh, suddenly today something has changed and I was not even aware of. I don't know how is it going to impact me. It is going to be good for me, bad for me, ugly for me. Why should I be part of the same team when you don't bother about my feelings, my sentiments, my thoughts? I'll reciprocate in the same manner. So I believe that change has to be grounds up. Talk to your people, take their inputs, answer their queries, resolve their apprehensions, and tell them that any change cannot be brought in without their involvement. The employee burnout part of it, now, it's a harsh reality. It's a very, very harsh reality because everybody is moving at a very fast pace. Everything needs to be happening at now, here, as of yesterday types, and of course, it takes a toll on us. Uh, so how do we try to tackle it? There's a program, and we try to run it as much as possible, which is called succession planning. Now, often you will see that succession planning is done at the top layer of any project or an organization, right? Because that's where people see as the most of the damage happening if in case an employee decides to move on, or if there is a health hazard that comes into the picture. We feel and we believe a little differently over here. How? We feel that everybody on the team is an integral part of it, right? And unless and until we provide that backup and support as a plan to each of our people, anybody can get burnout, right? It's not that if I plan the backup for a team lead or a project manager, my project can be delivered, right? If my software engineer falls sick, I have to think about his or her, absence also, right? So, how we look at the succession planning in Amantya is that there is a backup plan for every role. There is a person who knows about how to take care of the absence of my colleague, right? So, in case people want to plan their leaves, in case they have family engagements, in case there is some health hazard, God forbid, if it happens, then there is somebody else who can take over and let the project move on smoothly, while it doesn't really put a mental pressure on my employee that, oh my god, you know what, I am here enjoying the marriage of my relative and there my project is hampering, right? They have free mind. They, when they go out on a vacation with their family time, they have that family time, that quality time is being allowed to them. And that's how we try to restrict this employee burnout at not just senior levels but across the levels. That's how we deal with it.
That's really very, very nice to know, because it's very, very important for employees, for the team to know that there is a support structure that's
That is standing behind them.
yeah, very, 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 very important. So here we're talking about how the company can, what Amantya is doing. Coming to one of the major stakeholders, the employees, what is it they can do to be actively engaged in this process of upskilling for themselves?
Very beautiful question, Rohina. And I'll be very candid and then straightforward. It is not a matter of choice for them. It is not that they can choose that, okay, I will not behave in a certain manner in case they want to grow, right? See, we can be the facilitators, the service providers, right, to our people as an HR, as an employer, as a leadership team. But who's driving the entire program? It is they themselves, right? So the steering wheel of their own career is with them, and they decide the pace they want to grow or they want to move in that journey. So the employers have to be explained. So I take that ownership that as an HR we help them understand that why a certain initiative is important for them, but we also help them understand that it is not going to be done by me or by their leaders on the teams. It has to be driven by them. It is their career. They are the ones who's holding the steering wheel. They are the ones who's going to push the accelerator or apply the brakes, right? You apply the brakes, we'll hold it for you. But when do you have to move that foot from the brake to the accelerator? Again, you're the one who's deciding, right? So they are the ones who's driving it, and we help them understand that how important it is for them to do that. And most of the times, honestly speaking, I have not faced any difficulty in letting people understand that yes, they are the drivers, we are the facilitators, we are the catalysts. So they take the lead and we follow them through and support them.
That's very nice. What a thought-provoking session, Pallavi. I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
Thank you, Rohini.
And it's so nice to see that, Amantya is like an equal partner in the employees' growth, professional growth and well-being. Thank you so much for taking the time to, share your expert views, your thoughts. It's been really nice.
Thank you, Rohina. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and it's really nice to have that feeling where you take initiatives which are impacting your people's life positively. It's always such a good feeling to have and talk to you about them, both of them alike. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pallavi. Take care. We shall be back soon with another exciting topic and conversation. Until then, this is Rohina signing off. Goodbye.